Hello, so could you start by telling me who you are?
Yes, my name is Cedric Poulard Moussier. I'm a French citizen and I live in the US since 2014 and I'm 50 years old.
How was your childhood like growing up in France?
It was a perfect childhood, I was happy. I got two brothers, so happy family. We travel a lot and we had a lot of fun, so it was a perfect childhood.
How did your parents shape you growing up, and what lessons do you think they taught you that was useful later in life?
Well, my parents work on French market and they sell music, so vinyls, cassette, audio cassette, and music mainly. And we work with them. They took us to this market, and we work with them, and it was fun. Many friends over there, and they taught me how to work, hard working is a way to do through your life.
How was university like for you, and when did you first start traveling?
Well, the university I started in France, and I got an internship in Quebec, in the city of Alma. It was an advertising agency. It was for 3 months, so that was my first international experience. And then I was so happy to do that I decided to spend 1 year in Leeds, England, at the University of Leeds Metropolitan University, where I've been taught everything about international business. So that was my second experience.
How did working in international business shape the way you saw the world?
Well, first time in fact, you think you know things, but when you just go outside and abroad, it just opens your mind and you see different things, different way of people of thinking, of acting, of working, different mindset. So it really opened my mind to all that. So very interesting to see how other nations, other countries can work and do things like that.
And do you think this influenced you wanting to move to the United States?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. Was there a specific moment when you realized that you loved meeting people from different cultures? City?
Yes, that was during we made a trip on the Road 66 in America with a couple of friends, and that's when I knew that the place I want to be, because we have met so many people and we see how business is working, how people are, the freedom, that was kind of appealing for us.
Okay. You also mentioned your business. How did moving to the United States affect your business? How did you develop it? Was it different from France?
Yeah, so when we left France, I was an export manager in the company that I'm selling the product today. So I knew the product, but I didn't know the market. So we came here and we started. It was really hard. The first 3 years was really hard because we didn't know much about the market and how people, the behavior of the buying process, all that. So we had to adapt very quick. So yeah, it changed the way we are working. It's not like in France at all.
Okay. What were some examples of some challenges in the United States when building your business that you had to overcome?
The main difficulties was that we were so small that we have to fight against huge companies. For example, when you do some SEO, you have to bet on the keywords. The keywords were so expensive, so we can't beat them. So we have to find another way to sell our product and to find a way to be on the market and in front of big giants. So America has lots of huge companies, and it's hard when you start to fight against them.
You told us about Route 66 and how it inspired you to move to the United States, but why Florida specifically?
Florida first because it's the East Coast, so we wanted to be as close as possible from France. First because we have our family in France. Secondly because we have our supplier in France, so we have only 6 hours difference, so it's easy to communicate with others at the same time. With California, that's not possible. That's possible, but it's harder. Also, we like the sun. So when we have to choose between New York, Washington on the East Coast, or Florida, our first choice was for Florida. And third choice was because it was a Latin state. So we thought it was closer to our tradition, the way we work, the way we live. So we thought it would be easier to live in Florida than with lots of Latin population.
And so was it easy? Do you think that Latin culture is similar to French culture?
No, that was a big surprise because they are really different. We don't eat at the same time. We don't think the same way about how we manage our money. With the credit, all that doesn't exist in France. So no, that was quite different. We were quite surprised that even if America and France are two developed countries, there's many differences in the culture.
Okay. And how did the idea of the American dream influence your decision? What do you think the American dream really means?
For me, the American dream is the liberty to start even your own company, even if it's small, and just try to live your dream and say, okay, I don't work for anybody, I work for myself, I'm my own boss, I own my decisions, and you have more liberty to do that in the US than you have in Europe and in France. Also, Florida has no tax for a company, so that's also another point, interesting point. And that's it. Yeah, I think it's easier to have his business working to start a business and to develop a business in America than in Europe.
Okay. And when you did live in Florida for the first few years, do you feel like the American dream was what you expected, or was it different?
It was different because we thought we had the good product and it would be easier to start to sell, but like I said before, during 3 years it was really difficult because we didn't understood at that time. We didn't understand how things work, so it took us 3 years to really understand how the market is working, how people are buying, how people are selling, what to do, how to do that. So it was we have to adapt quickly, but it took us 3 years.
Okay. And through your international studies previously, you learned multiple languages, including English. How did working internationally prepare you for life here? Was it easier because of that?
Yes, sure. In fact, I learned. The English is the most spoken language in the world, and if you don't speak English, you can't succeed in any business. You need that, even if you are in China or elsewhere. You need the English. That was also one objective when we moved here in the US. That's our kids speak English because we think it's a bigger chance for them to have a job, a good job, and to succeed in life. So yeah, my studies helped me with that, with how to speak languages, and especially English.
How do you try to keep your French traditions alive while raising your children in America?
That's a good question. We started to meet a lot of. There's a big French community in Florida. I think elsewhere too, but in Florida. So we have met lots of friends, met new friends, and so now we have a community of French people speaking, and we try to keep the culture also. We taught our kids to speak in French when they are at home, and when we have friends, we speak French, and we ask them to watch some movie, to read some books, and to keep all that tradition also that we have from France.
Okay. Do you feel that your story personally represents what people call the American dream?
I think so, because now it's been 11 years that we arrived, and so far we succeed. We're still here. That's a proof. But yeah. We have a good life now. Our kids are happy. We are an happy family. So yeah, I think that's the American dream. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, that's how people from France see us now. They say, okay, you succeeded in America.
Looking back, what are you most proud of in your journey?
What I'm most proud of my journey, my kids, because they speak, they are integrated in the US. They have no accent, not like me. They are perfectly adapted to this country. They are very good at school. So that's what I'm most proud, because we think with my wife that we gave them the keys to succeed in America or in any country, but they have the culture of America and they have the French culture also. And I think the mix of both is the best asset we can give to our kids.
Okay. And if you could give one piece of advice to someone thinking of moving to another country to start over, what would it be?
First, try. If you don't try, you will never know and you will regret it. So try it. Secondly, do not stop at the first step. If it's too hard, try again, and the light is at the end of the tunnel. So you will succeed, but don't give up. Never give up.
Okay, thank you so much. That's the end of the interview.
You're more than welcome. Thank you.